Hey guys, this is Al. Apple just announced the iPad Pros for 2018 and here are 10 crucial things that you need to know about them. Let's begin. Number 1. The display. The new iPad Pros come in at 11 and 12.9 inches this year. Due to the smaller bezels, the 12.9-inch iPad Pro now has a much smaller footprint than that of its predecessor. However, for the 11-inch model, we now gain a slightly bigger display but with the same footprint as that of the 10.5-inch iPad Pro of last year. PPI is maintained at a constant 264 across the displays. As such, the resolution increases proportionally to maintain that constant PPI. So at the same distance, there should not be any appreciable difference in clarity between all models. They still employ the 120Hz display, but now the new iPad Pro's displays are dubbed Liquid Retina, just like how it is on the iPhone XR. Number 2. Rest in peace, jack. The legacy port has finally been removed from the iPad Pro. It finally happened. A pro Apple device with compromises. These devices are targeted for the creative professionals and I'm sure they would appreciate the legacy port as much. Apple will now sell you the USB-C to 3.5mm headphone jack and not include them in the box. What's another 49 ringgit if you're willing to spend 3,600 ringgit on the entry-level iPad Pro, right? Number 3. USB-C. Apple finally adopted the much requested USB-C protocol on the new iPad Pros. The iPad are now able to connect directly to digital cameras for photo and video import and also connect up to one 5K display. This is a welcome feature in my book. To be able to extend or mirror your display whenever you're doing photo and video editing is a huge benefit. The new iPad Pros also now support power delivery over the USB-C, so you're able to charge your iPhones with it. But I'm not too sure if this will be only limited to the iPhones or will be able to extend to charge other Android phones as well, which has the USB-C protocol. Number 4. The processor. The new A12X Bionic chip is a monster of a chip. Apple has boosted its performance over the regular A12 in the new iPhone XS and XR variants. Paired with 4GB of RAM, I'm sure the new iPad Pros will not disappoint. Imagine having an 8-core CPU, 7 GPUs and a neural engine in a 5.9mm thick chassis that's able to perform up to 1 trillion calculations per second. Now that's something. The latest benchmark leaks reveal that the new iPad Pros are much more powerful than my 13-inch MacBook Pro of this year. As you can clearly see in this chart done by Mac Rumors, the iPad Pros are only losing to the MacBook Pro 15-inch with the i9 model. Adobe even managed to give us a sneak peek of the power of the iPad Pro during the Apple's keynote by showing us how the iPad Pro is able to handle such a high resolution canvas on the new Photoshop app. Number 5. The cameras. The cameras got updated slightly in the new iPad Pros. They now feature the ability to shoot up to 4K 60 frames per second video and shoot photos with Smart HDR for both the front and rear cameras. However, the rear camera now loses optical image stabilization of last year. The new iPad Pro also gains portrait mode and portrait lighting as well as Animoji and Memoji for the ThruD'Lens sensor, i.e. the front-facing camera. Number 6. Face ID. The home button is gone, now replaced with Face ID. The good thing about the Face ID system on the iPad Pros, they work irregardless of the orientation. You can hold it in portrait, landscape, upside down with the keyboard attached to it. It's always going to work. The sensors are always going to be having it the right side up. Now that's a major advantage over the iPhone variants whereby you can only use it in the portrait mode. Number 7. New accessories. With the new iPad Pros, Apple refreshed some of the key accessories for the iPad Pros. Now the Apple Pencil gets a matte finish overall and you get free engraving with it. The Apple Pencil is able to dock magnetically to the iPad Pro and charge and pair at the same time. So it's always charging when it's docked to the iPad Pro, and whenever you pick it up, it's already ready to go. Tapping on the lock screen of the iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil now brings you straight into the Notes app. And there's also a sensor in the new Apple Pencil where if you double tap on the Apple Pencil, it will switch between the tools and the eraser in the Notes app. Now Apple has given the ability for developers to utilize the sensor and customize it in any way they want based on their creativity depending on apps. The new Smart Keyboard folio cover has also been updated. Now it features protection for both the front and the back. It features 2 docking angles now. It has a more shallow angle for lap use and a more steeper angle for table use. The standard folio keyboards have also been updated, but all the new accessories are now quite pricey. The Apple Pencil 2nd Gen now starts at a hefty 549 ringgit. The Smart Keyboard Folio starts at 769 ringgit and the standard folio cover now starts at 329 ringgit for the 11-inch model. Number 8. Connectivity. The new iPad Pros come with updated modem. So now you get gigabit class LTE and Bluetooth 5.0 versus that of 4.2 from last year. Number 9. Storage. With new storage controllers on the iPad Pros, now you get up to 1 terabyte of capacity. Now that is something fantastic and is also useful, as getting 1 terabyte on an iPad Pro, if you have the money for it, will enable you to transfer photos and videos on the iPad Pro, which you're able to edit, especially for creative professionals and enthusiasts. And the upside of having more storage on your iPad versus that of a MacBook, should you have a MacBook, you can download stuff offline on Netflix and Amazon and watch them versus that of the computer where you're unable to do it. And finally, number 10, the price. The pricing for the entry-level iPad Pro hasn't changed all that much from last year, but it's still going to cost you a kidney as you configure it with larger storage options. The 11-inch model at 64 gigs starts at 3,499 ringgit and maxes out at a staggering 7,349 ringgit for the 1 terabyte option with cellular. The 12.9-inch model at 64 gigs starts at 4,349 ringgit, with it maxing out at an unearthly 8,199 ringgit for 1 TB with cellular. Now add on the price of the 2nd gen Apple Pencil and the Smart Keyboard Folio cover to the mix. The price now maxes out at 8,667 ringgit for the 11-inch model at 1 TB and 9,517 ringgit for the 12.9-inch model at 1 terabyte. Almost 10,000 ringgit for a tablet. All in all, the new iPad Pros are great devices. My iPad Pro from last year still handles 4K video, still handles heavy Photoshop editing on the Affinity Photo app, runs smooth, runs great, plays intensive games like a champ. No problem, it still holds its ground very well. So I'm pretty sure the new iPad Pros with the updated chips will last you forever. Now I'm not going to go out there and get the 1 terabyte model. However, I can advise you, should you be looking for a new tablet, you should go for the mid-spec 11-inch model. Just go for the 256 gig model with Wi-Fi only. That should run you about 4,149 ringgit. Should you need cellular, that should bump the price up to about 4,799 ringgit. Should you wish to get the 2nd gen pencil and this new Smart Keyboard Folio cover for your iPad Pro as well, just add about 1,318 ringgit to the mix and you should get your final price that you're going to pay. For students in Malaysia, however, do check the online education pricing in Apple. Just Google it. Just Google Apple Education online and it will take you to the store and you should be able to get further discounts on these new iPad Pros for students alike. Anyway, if you found this video useful, do give me a like and let me know about what you think about the iPad Pros down in the comment section below. Do subscribe for more future content and till I see you in the next one, do take care of yourself. Bye bye.